Hey, welcome to your weekly ticket, work from home edition. 200,000. 200,000. Dry. As you probably already know, a lot of the movies in the spring theatrical release calendar have been moved, and even some of the ones from the rest of the year have been pushed. But we finally have some new release dates from major studios like Paramount, Sony, and Disney. So here's what we know. Disney's highly anticipated Mulan will now hit theaters on July 24th. That's 4 months after the film was originally set to open. And Black Widow will now have its release date on November 6th, 2020. That date was, of course, previously held by Eternals, which will now move to February of next year, February 12th, 2021. And just like Eternals, this shifts a majority of the Phase 4 Marvel movies, so here is a look at the current changes in the MCU calendar. Paramount Pictures' A Quiet Place Part 2 was one of the first films to be delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic, and it was just originally taken completely off the schedule, but we now have an official release date, and that's September 4th, just in time for Labor Day. And thankfully, Hollywood is still trying to make the best of the situation we're all stuck in. Reports suggest that George Miller is auditioning for his next Mad Max movie, talking to Anya Taylor-Joy on a webcam about a potential role in the film. Anya Taylor-Joy is best known for her work on Emma, Peaky Blinders, and The New Mutants. Hearing there's potentially no delay to the Furiosa film that's some good news, man. And I know a lot of you are stuck indoors and there's a lot to watch, but we have some recommendations for you, and I have a special guest to help me out today, Fandango and Rotten Tomatoes correspondent Naz Perez. Hey, Naz, what's your recommendation?
Okay, so my recommendation is Onward, and I thought about this for a long time because there's so many great movies on Fandango now, and I picked Onward for two reasons. First reason is it came out on March 6th in theaters, and then obviously the theatrical run got cut short, which was a bummer. And also, it's just a great movie for the entire family, and I feel like most of us are stuck at home with our families, so it's a safe bet there. But basically, it's a story about two magical elf brothers, Ian and Barley Lightfoot, and they go on this crazy, epic, magical adventure just to try and spend one more day with their dad that passed away when they were little. I'm literally getting goosebumps thinking about it. And what's so awesome is that I actually got to sit down with the director of the film, Dan Scanlon, and he told me that it was inspired by his real life because his father passed away when he was 1, and he's always thought, how cool would it be if I could spend just one day with my dad? And I have never laughed so hard and cried so hard in the same movie in such a long time. And I feel like it's because the bromance between Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, who voiced both of the brothers, is just so palpable. Like, we've seen them work together in the MCU. And it's Pixar, it's textbook Pixar. It's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, has a 95% audience score. So I feel like most people agree you can't go wrong with Pixar's Onward. I will say you will want to have a box of tissues next to you, though. What are you watching, Khail?
So for my recommendation, I recommend Parasite. Now, if you haven't seen it, try to go in blind. You shouldn't even be watching the trailer. Just try and go in blind. It won Best Picture. It's a really engaging film about classism between two families. I know that doesn't sound interesting, but it's super good. Now, if you have seen it, I recommend you rewatch it, and I recommend you make a little activity out of it. You can get the ingredients for Ramdan, which is a dish they serve in the movie. You can get them online. So you can order it, cook up some Ramdan, and rewatch Parasite. And it's really good. I'm not going to eat it on camera because I also have to talk after this. Check out Parasite. Check out Onward. Thank you, Naz.
Thank you so much for having me.
Friday marks the early digital release of Universal Pictures' Trolls World Tour, which you'll be able to see the same day it was due out in theaters on April 10th for a premium rental price. Anna Kendrick, who voices Poppy, shared the news on Twitter saying, "I'm so happy we can spread the joy while everyone stays safe. You can see Trolls World Tour on its original release date to rent in your own home. I'll see you on April 10th. Anna Kendrick, by the way, has one of the best Twitter accounts. That's not news. It's just my opinion, but yeah, it's news. But these episodes come out on Tuesday, and maybe you want to watch something before Friday. Well, Like a Boss and Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always are available to watch now at home. Rose Byrne and Tiffany Haddish team up to play two best friends who are trying to save their financially struggling cosmetic business. In a stroke of good luck too good to be true, an industry titan played by Salma Hayek offers them a hefty buyout. The beauty business is now about to get ugly as the proposal puts the two lifelong friends to the ultimate test. The film is directed by Miguel Arteta, who previously worked with Salma Hayek on Beatriz at Dinner. Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always is also available to watch at home. A 17-year-old girl named Autumn, played by Sydney Flanagan, winds up pregnant in a small Pennsylvania town. Prevented from seeking an abortion by the state's parental consent laws, she takes off for New York City with her cousin Skylar, played by Talia Ryder, where what they would assume would be a one-day procedure proves considerably more complicated. And the film is certified fresh with a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Alright, well that's all I got for you this week. Before you go, leave us a comment to let us know what you're watching, anything we should catch up on, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. See you later.